What's up, y'all? It's my first time loading up 2K26, and these are the exact settings that you need to apply. It's going to be controller settings, it's going to be game settings, it's going to be every type of setting you need when you first load up 2K26. As you can see, it's my first time loading up. We're going straight into the video. So unfortunately, I'm actually not able to connect to 2K because it's literally 6 minutes after the game launched worldwide. So we're just going to go through the settings. So obviously, all of these settings are pretty default, just normal settings here. One thing I'm going to do here is turn off these. We're going to go never. We're going to go off. After basket camera cuts, we're going to go never as well. Strobe flashes, this is kind of like, it's just annoying. It's cool when it's on for like cinematics and stuff like that. You don't really need it. Pick and roll, we're going to keep on, and smart play overlay, we're going to keep off. So for commentary language, we also keep that on. Obviously, we're going to use Imperial System because we're living in America. Motion blur, I do actually like to turn this off. If you guys like motion blur in your games, it's fine, but pretty much everyone that I know turns motion blur off. It's definitely a good thing to do. Short press and hold is kind of personal preference. You can turn it off or on. It just is going to make if you're doing like a VC method or something, like holding the button, it's going to make that way easier. Favorite team, we don't need that either. Audio presentation, this actually matters. One thing I'm going to do here, turn off the commentary volume. The PA, I'm going to keep sound effects maxed out. We're going to keep player chatter maxed out as well. One thing I'm going to do is turn completely off the 2K Beats menu music. We're also going to keep crossplay on. I did not even know this was a feature that you could turn off. But this is what my sound settings look like. I think it's pretty normal. I'm going to keep sound effects actually a bit higher. PA is going to be a little lower. Crowd volume will be fine. Player chatter will be as high as sound effects. I do like that. Those are the settings you'll go in the options first. Now for coach settings, this is actually important as well. If you're playing any game that has a team where you're going to have subs and stuff like this, make sure you turn timeouts manual, player minutes manual, substitution manual. You want to be running your team. You don't want the coach, the AI 2K to be running your team at all. Adaptive coaching engine, you can definitely leave this on. It doesn't really do much. I might just turn mine off just to make sure I can make all my own adjustments. Substitution method doesn't matter because you have substitution turned to manual. And all of this stuff down here with the play calling, make sure this is manual. Late game fouling, I like to turn this manual too, just because late game fouling in 2K is kind of stupid sometimes. Team communication will keep off. All of this stuff doesn't really matter because you have to call a freelance since you turned everything to manual. So as long as you're making all the plays yourself, this is the perfect settings for you. I turn everything to manual basically. Controller settings, this actually matters a lot. Shot timing, we're obviously keeping on. Layup timing on. Free throw on as well. I do like release. Out of all of these settings, I like release the best. I use it for the entirety of 2K25. This is personal preference, so I'm not going to tell you guys what to do for this one. It is literally just personal preference. Now what I'm going to do here is leave this one to all. I do like pro stick as well as shot button. Pro stick is default function, absolute as well. And then passive, this is something big actually. Make sure you turn your passive dribble hand switching off. Disable that instantly unless you really want it. So skip pass, keep this enabled. Icon passing default is fine. If you do want to change your passing profile, I like to keep mine with openness instead of distance. So make sure your distance is just minimized here. So I like having these 50-50. So direction is very nice. 50-50 is good. All of these settings are kind of new. You don't really, since this is the first time I've opened up 2K25, I'm not going to change any of these unless anything else goes crazy. Trigger effect, we're turning this off. There's no reason to have adaptive triggers for 2K. This doesn't really matter at all. Player icons are obviously going to be normal. So that is the entirety of the settings you need to update. We're going to go to features now and go to customize HUD. This is one thing I do really care. I like to turn this on to all shots instead of user only. It is personal preference, but I would much rather do all shots every time. We're going to do the above player as well. I always use cash register. Yep, there it is. Cash register is what I always use. It's just the cleanest cash sound that you can get. Player indicator, this doesn't really matter at all. You can, I do like having the basketball. That's what I used last year. I also did a large basketball, which is just what I'm used to. I do it green as well. This is totally personal preference here, but I'm just showing you guys exactly what I'm doing. Now make sure, if you're gonna play the game a lot, turn your shot meter off. Get used to it. It's just completely worth it. Now the graphic, I'm gonna actually use Comet. Comet is the best for dunk meters, which is what I'm gonna be doing. This is what I use for dunk meters. It's like basically the best dunk meter that you can get. So now looking through the rest of these settings here, I'm just going white, large, and to the side. You can see the meter here for the shots, and it looks pretty decent, I'd say. And I am going to actually just turn this meter off because obviously we don't want to have a meter on while we're shooting a bunch of shots. Make sure for shot feedback, you do all shots. All shots for shot feedback is definitely what I like to do. And the placement for that is going to be actually, I do the by score bug. I like it at the bottom more than the top, just personal preference there. Distance is going to be, I do like keeping distance on just to see where you're going. Timing is obviously going to be on. Free throw chance percentage on. Coverage is going to be on as well. Leave all these on. Shot feedback is important until you can play and just know exactly how you're playing. If you don't want to be greening rebounds, you can turn this off. I personally am going to be greening all my rebounds, so I'm going to leave it on. And that is literally it for the settings. These are the best settings that you can start 2K26 with as long as you want to be in control of your experience. This is just basically my best settings to be in control of the experience. I'm going to sign off here for now. See you guys in the next video.